My background is I'm a qualified accountant. I'm now semi-retired, and most of my work is involved in being a non-exec director of various companies, but I'm also quite heavily involved in various charities. Depression is a complicated subject, and I don't pretend to be an expert in it. And I think, in a way, every individual situation is unique to that person, and we all deal with it in different ways. Some it's outright medication, others it's different therapies. And so, but one of the most important things I think is to be open about it, which is really difficult, when you're suffering from depression. Education is fundamental. So actually understanding how many people are affected by it, what the symptoms are, and how you can help. Because I think one thing that I've experienced is that I've only ever shared my problem with a small number of people. And sometimes when you say to people that you're struggling, they actually don't know how to react. In other words, they actually don't know how to help you. And I think that's partly where the education side comes in. I'm 62 years of age. I'm at the end of my career. It's actually relatively easy for me to be open about the problems I've experienced. If I was 25 years of age and I was at the start of my career, would I be so open about it? And I think the answer is almost certainly I wouldn't be, because I'd be concerned about what people would be thinking about me and whether it would damage my career prospects. And I actually think that's one of the biggest barriers and one of the biggest challenges we've got is how do we help young people? Employers need to be much more aware of the problems within the workplace. I mean, if you think that the State of Guernsey employs 5,500 people, which is the biggest single workforce by a long way in Guernsey, there will inevitably be people that are working within the civil service. And so what are the civil service doing? Indeed, what are all employers doing? Some, I'm sure, are already very good, and others will be at the other end of the spectrum and be blissfully unaware. I would encourage people to stop and think and improve their understanding of the person or the people that they might be talking to, how they might be feeling. And I undoubtedly put pressure on people, and without really understanding that actually they might not be in a very good place themselves because of anxiety, because of stress, because of depression. And so it comes back to the question of understanding and education. And if I could just get one message across, it would be that when people, in whether it's at work or whether it's at home or wherever, if they appear to be struggling to cope with something, there quite possibly is an underlying reason. So just be patient and try and scratch below the surface, and maybe then, if they have got a problem, you can help them with it. So be constructive.